A conviction decades in the making, what finally helped crack two cold cases from the 80s. From entertainer to educator, the new school spearheaded by none other than music mogul Dr. Dre.
The Rundown, brought to you by Goal Zero.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to The Rundown. I'm Robin Winston. A man was convicted for two cold case murders in LA County. It's a story the NBC4I team has been following for years. 67-year-old Horace Van Volt Jr. showed no reaction as the verdict was read. The murders happened in the 80s. The victims were found in Burbank and Montclair. Prosecutors said he sexually assaulted the women before strangling them. Thursday, the sister of one of the victims said the agony of the loss also led to their mother's sudden death a few years later, and she's been waiting for decades to get justice.
We're just beyond grateful, beyond grateful. At 23, I lost my sister and then my mom, and he did it.
Detectives were able to link him to the murders through DNA and genetic genealogy. A grandfather was hit and killed while riding his bike to work in Fullerton. Now his family is pleading for the driver to turn themselves in. The victim is 67-year-old Elfego Andrade, and he died on Chapman Avenue near Ladera Vista Drive Thursday morning. Grainy security video captured a green Ford F-250 pickup truck, which police say hit Andrade from behind. The driver abandoned the truck about 4 miles west of the hit-and-run scene. The family hopes neighbors come forward with more security video that could bring new leads.
If anybody has like a short video or a Ring camera in their house around the area where this man ran, please bring that video forward.
The victim had planned to retire soon and move to Mexico with his wife. He leaves behind 5 children and 16 grandchildren. We're now getting a look at surveillance video from inside the 7-Eleven that was ransacked by a group of people. We first brought you this story on Monday, and now we're seeing images of what happened inside the store. Take a look at this mob just storming into the 7-Eleven in the Harbor Gateway area of South LA during a street takeover. Inside, dozens of people can be seen taking items from the shelves. Some jump behind the counter, throwing cigarettes and lottery tickets to the group. The LAPD is asking for help identifying some of these people.
This could be someone that you might work with, you go to school with. It could be someone's kid or family or an ex or something, but we really urge your help and have these people come forward. We really want to prevent this from becoming a new trend where they think that they show up and take over a street or a freeway or any part of the city that they're just going to be able to do whatever they want.
Here's what the store looked like after the group took off. Just a complete mess. Police say the clerk was hiding in the back room when this all went down and wasn't hurt. More people can now get the monkeypox vaccine in LA County. Health officials have expanded vaccine eligibility to people under 18 who are considered at high risk of infection. The county is also continuing to offer second doses of the shot for people who are eligible for it. And there's now a new way to register for the monkeypox vaccine in Long Beach. Residents now have to register through the state's My Turn system. The city's own registration system has closed. Long Beach Mayor Robert Garcia says the My Turn system will be more efficient and allow for better vaccine access and distribution. Well, finally, more comfortable weather is on the way. Meteorologist Shauna Mendiola is tracking a cooling trend just in time for the weekend.
All right, everybody, the temperatures will be cooler this weekend. We've got temperatures coming down just a few degrees for Saturday and Sunday. Thunderstorm chances stay for your Saturday afternoon, but then Sunday we start to see a change. We'll dry out and then we'll start heating things back up next week with highs almost in the triple digits for some of you once again. Ridge of high pressure and control, it's what's bringing that humidity our way or pushing it away. And what's going to happen through Monday is we're going to see it back off just a bit. So it's going to take that chance of thunderstorms with it, and we'll be looking dry as we head to next week. Now, looking at the weekend forecast for you, some 80s on the way for LA Orange County. Inland will be in the 90s. Coastal temperatures, nice 70s on the way in the mountains, looking at the 70s as well. Remember, we've got that chance of thunderstorms next week again. We'll be tracking it right here on NBC4.
I'm a power blackout, and I'm going to put you in the dark. What is that?
It's the Yeti 3000X solar generator, a home backup system from Goal Zero. Take that blackout.
An Arcadia police officer has finally been released from the hospital after being shot during a standoff. Fellow officers, friends, and community members greeted Officer Kevin Manley as he was wheeled out of the Huntington Hospital. He was shot in the face on August 10th while responding to a family disturbance call at a home in Arcadia. The shooter opened fire, hitting the officer, an elderly neighbor, and his own mother. Officer Manley underwent 2 surgeries and is now recovering at home. There's a security alert impacting millions of people. If you have an iPhone, iPad, or MacBook, you want to update your software right away. There's an issue with the operating system that may make it more vulnerable to hackers. Apple says hackers could potentially take complete control of the devices. The issue affects iPhones dating back to the 6S and the iPad's 5th generation and later. Apple has released a security update for the issue. The CEO of Six Flags is under fire for comments he made on an earnings call about its visitors and who he hopes to attract. It comes as the theme park reported a 22% drop in attendance and plans to raise prices. Salim Basul called the park a cheap daycare center for teens and wants the company to go after a more affluent customer. While he says he still wants it to be an affordable park, he added, "I'm migrating a little bit from what I call the Kmart, Walmart to maybe the Target customer." We talked to visitors at Six Flags Magic Mountain.
That's not okay with me. I'm a poor person, so where do I stand? Do they not care about my money that I contribute?
Six Flags says they plan to offer new food options and a bigger Fright Fest, hoping to increase attendance and revenue. We reached out to the park for comment about its CEO's remarks, but a spokesperson said they have no further information to share at this time. A popular North Hollywood restaurant is now up and running after more than 2 years of being shut down. Weeks before COVID forced the closures of bars and restaurants across the nation, Mucho Mas was gutted by a fire. The 42-year-old restaurant on Burbank Boulevard finally opened its doors Thursday. The owner tells us equipment failure sparked the fire, and then the pandemic impacted the restoration. Fans and loyal customers are delighted to finally see that Mucho Mas is back.
We drove by here almost daily just to see what was going on. And once they changed the paint color, I was like, and then my wife was like, "Baby, look up, they're open."
This is my first time back since they reopened, and looking forward. It smells great.
We had a good group of people that helped us out, and we put our heads together and we prayed a lot.
The restaurant, once full of fond old memories, is now open to create new ones. Go and check it out. UCLA and USC recently announced plans to join the Big Ten, and now comes word of a record broadcast deal for the conference. The Big Ten Conference announced it reached a 7-year agreement with NBC, CBS, and Fox to share the rights to football and basketball games starting with the 2023 season. NBC will broadcast primetime Big Ten games on Saturdays. The total deal is reportedly worth between $7 and $8 billion. USC and UCLA are scheduled to join the conference in 2024. A new kind of high school has opened in South LA, and it has some heavyweight talent behind it. Music moguls Dr. Dre and Jimmy Iovine. Yes, it's called the Iovine and Young Center. Its founders are joining LA Unified Superintendent in trying to re-energize public schools after years of declining enrollment. Their solution? A high school that teaches design and technology while preparing students for real-world jobs.
Having a new school without us just sitting down in a classroom writing down notes and stuff like that, we will be able to learn properly and not like boring in a boring way.
There are only 2 grades here, 9th and 10th. The 9th grade with 60 students is almost full. The 10th grade is open for enrollment. You can always get news and weather updates on the NBCLA app and on our website, NBCLA.com. And be sure to tune into Today in LA on NBC4 weekdays from 4 to 7 a.m. I'll be helping you get around with the traffic reports throughout your morning commute. I'll see you next time on The Rundown.